Amazing.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Sorry about the delay. Some of us were late and we went to figure out D&D Beyond with new Tasha's stuff. So we've enabled all of the new Tasha's optional class features for everyone. So briefly, Justice can now look at things.
Perception.
Ime gets Arcane Recovery. Sanguine. Oh, welcome back, George! George is back!
Hey.
Yay! Sanguine gets a lot of stuff.
I'm loving key fueled attack and the healing that I get now as well.
Yeah, so he can heal himself and he can hit. He can hit better, I think.
You get focused aim.
Yeah,
so I can spend points to increase my chance to hit.
Which Fanta are we sponsored by this week?
Oh yeah.
Just a standard quick twist. The corner shop has stopped doing all the fun different ones, which is sad.
No.
Is this something I fucking missed?
Yeah. So every week, Chris has a different Fanta flavour. It's looking like a thing.
Bro, okay, can we get Fanta to sponsor us? Thanks, man. You fucking nasty drink.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, I'll make it my homework for next week. I'm off work next week, so I'll just spend the week fucking binging all of our own content. Oh, actually, I'm not in most of it. Anyway.
Last week's was really good. So.
Yeah. We did enjoy last week. All right, the stream is live. We're all good.
Chris, you were going to take notes, weren't you?
Yes. So sorry, just finish off. Bin can change cantrips. He also gets a couple more access to more spells, and I don't think anything actually happens for Ugg apart from he gets access to more maneuvers.
Yeah, he can change his fighting style on whenever he gets some,
that's fair.
Ability score increase and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not like would.
Nothing happens to Ugg because it's already fully optimized.
Yeah, pretty much. Fight is such a
He just gets a new coat of paint.
He can now up upwards as well as down.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is the Blood Hunter class just fighter with different stuff on it?
Blood Hunter.
I know every class in D&D is fighter with different stuff on it. But I was reading through it the other day. Literally, it's just fighter, but with some of the levels. It's like
so Blood Hunter, the flavor is that they sacrifice their own health to get buffs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Deal more damage.
It's a really cool class. You can turn into a fucking werewolf. Well,
basically, you're Geralt.
Yeah.
Wait. Blood Hunter. They just ripped off.
They hunt blood.
Class.
Yeah, Bloodborne / Witcher / whatever.
Well,
like that.
Blood Hunter was made by the guy who does Critical Role. Like he made the class, like years ago.
Yeah, it's a cool class. But anyway, so I was just curious.
So I believe Chris has some notes for us for last lesson.
Yeah.
Session.
Last week.
There wasn't many, so we tracked the goblins and ogres. Oh, sorry. We tracked the goblins and ogres into a mine, and they were having a party. Ugg got into a drinking competition with an ogre, slammed 2 barrels.
Oh, I missed a party.
Yeah, he slammed 2 barrels of some kind of booze. Bin tried to drink some kind of sludgy booze and threw up over a goblin. Ugg made friends. Then we had the world's quietest spell, which was a dragon's breath within a sphere of silence that killed all of Ugg's new friends. Or some of them.
I was just vibing real hard with this party of goblins, like chilling with the ogre, like getting along, having a great time. And then Alex decides, oh hey, wouldn't it be really cool if I just committed a war crime right now? And then he was all alive.
I mean, to my defense,
I
kind of fight and watched you getting wailed on. I was helping.
Yeah, they did have a bit of a kind of bar brawl, but.
Okay. But brawling tends to be with fists and not weaponized fucking spells.
Yeah, exactly.
A weapon allowed the brawl.
Like you do, you know. And Bin decides just to take it a bit too far.
Yeah. The only person to draw a weapon was Ime.
Alex, what?
Yeah. And
I don't have time to mess around.
Twice. He didn't even hit anyone with it.
I did. I bonked someone. I didn't kill him.
And Ug's favoured weapon of choice in that battle was the sturdy and powerful goblin, which is a very good projectile weapon.
When in fire breath and it killed like 3 goblins, like everyone, including Ug, just kind of like, you know, jazz music stops and all turned at Bin, and Ug threw a goblin at him and then used his action surge to throw a second goblin at him. And he was like stood on a table and it knocked him prone, and then like 6 goblins piled on him and nearly killed him. And he got everything he deserved in that fight.
Then a goblin impaled itself.
Is it chaotic dickhole?
Yeah, then a goblin impaled itself on Justice's ice. And then we found the prisoners, and we fought some more goblins and things like that. So we had one very comedic fight and one very awesome fight, where Bin spent the entire fight electrocuting a hobgoblin. Ugg and Justice did some wombo combo 1-2.
That was good, mate. So, right, there's this ruling that came out from Casey, right? So every time somebody's moved involuntarily, anyone around them gets an opportunity attack. So, like, me and Justice were fighting this one guy, and Justice got that feat in the last episode where every time he attacks somebody, it moves them 5 feet back. So, like, Ugg ran into attack, Justice attacked, moved the guy 5 feet, which gave Ugg an opportunity attack, which he crit, and, like, almost killed the guy.
Justice crit, and then you crit.
Yeah, Justice crit. And if
this is making me really wish that I'd...
If I get a crit on someone, everyone has advantage against them until the start of my next turn. It was the end of my next turn, but Tasha's has changed that. So then...
I'm really wishing now that I'd taken Way of the Open Palm Monk, if I could just chuck people around with all of those keys.
Drunken Master's great, though.
That's going to be...
Oh, Drunken Master's fucking hilarious.
Can I just quickly ask, George, are you level 4?
I have changed my character to level 4, yeah. I have been making sure that I mean, assuming that's what you wanted, I don't know if you wanted to
that's fine,
put me down at levels.
No, he's leveling you down to level 2, because
what else?
Your skills
I am baby.
The time that you haven't been. We saw the history of that town, you know, but a few of the people were still missing, so that's why we're on the road.
Oh, and a new friend.
Ugg convinced the blacksmith to join the party. He's made like a big friend.
And Tasha's has introduced sidekicks, so therefore he may be a sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh shit! I need to actually. I really wish I'd pre-ordered Tasha's, but I was like, I can have one expense this month, and I bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I think I should have pre-ordered Tasha's instead. Fucking great, or as well as.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man.
I mean, it's a game where you can dual wield Mjolnir in one hand and Excalibur in the other hand. It's got to be the best game ever, right?
Yeah.
That is true, but Tasha's, if you pre-order Tasha's, you get special cauldron dice.
Which I have!
Yeah. Which I have.
Yeah, you lucky bastard. I've got them red fucking potion ones, which...
Yeah, I got them as well. They make such a big... They make a big noise when you roll them. They
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always forget that they make a noise. It scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
So whenever I roll dice on the stream, everyone can hear the fucking sound that it makes when they disappear.
I've also got ones that look like healing potions as well.
Yeah, that's them ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think if you pre-ordered...
Yes, sorry, go on.
If the Rime of the Frostmaiden one gave you like Icy Dicey.
Yeah, I almost pre-ordered that, but I don't tend to run adventures.
No, neither do I. I haven't got any adventures on D&D Beyond.
I am running Dragon Heist
content in it, but one of my housemates did a heist session once, and we all played barbarians for it. It was not stealthy.
Everyone played barbarians.
Well, barbarians or fighters. I was a fighter. I was a samurai.
Where we had to use stealth. It's like Ugg and I think Bin, like the two least stealthy characters, were like in the shadows. They were invisible. Like Ugg in his full plate, blending.
Was that me and you? I think maybe.
Oh no, yeah, it was.
It was the two huge
Yeah,
dudes.
it was you two.
They were.
I don't think I've successfully succeeded a stealth roll yet.
You're not a stealthy guy?
No, I got a -1 in dex.
But yeah, other than that, we've been hired to investigate murders in a town called Loksholt by a gnome.
Who did not tell you his name because he's an asshole.
Yes.
Or is.
Sounds like a hole.
We have an escort from Yorick called Watcher Arla, who's
Sadly,
a nice 22-year-old tiefling lady.
Bin didn't convince the guard captain to come with us.
Yeah, but
They did have a special moment though.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know she's gonna be back later on anyway, so it's fine.
you can put that PDF to good use.
Oh god, no.
We have a writ, which means we can get away with more stuff.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
she gave you a
Yeah,
rip.
we got promoted to Thane.
We're Thane.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we can do crime if we wanted to.
But only once.
Who's holding the
Is
writ?
it like Skyrim where we get like a single-use
Yeah.
crime? Just
I
don't
think-
waste it on a fucking chicken.
I think Bin is holding.
Yeah,
no,
Bin has
Ugg is
the-
holding the writ,
Yeah, Ugg's holding it. He's now the de facto leader of the group.
which I'm fine with.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean he's basically the main character now.
Suck your own dick or anything.
Well, our last campaign following the life of Ugg's son. So yeah.
But like, I want you to say Ugg was like the leader of the last campaign. He was definitely like one of the best, one of my favorite characters. But
One of the more memorable ones. Like
Yeah.
I don't really even remember my cleric.
oh shit,
I
you played a
remember
cleric.
Sin's
Yeah.
Glow.
Yeah, I was the healer. I'm always the
F-
healer.
fuck you and your sins glow. I'll come over there.
This is the first campaign in ages that I'm not the healer.
Alright, so here's the funny thing for everyone listening. So for the first campaign I ever ran, I went all out and like got like cards made of all the like spells and stuff they could cast, so like we could have some physical stuff to use. And I misspelt one thing. And I put, instead of sun's glow, I put sin's glow, and they will not fucking drop it.
we always
Because the reason it was so funny, Casey, was because it took us like all of us, yourself included, 3 months to figure out that you'd actually done it. So we were like halfway through the campaign, and it was like, oh, that's not what the spell's called. What the fuck is sin's glow? Rocks don't have sin.
we weren't complaining when we were
And then-
missing.
And then it spiraled from there, and we had like Walking Wounded and Back Stoof.
That was it.
Yeah, then they start making take the piss that like I'd misspelled things when I hadn't actually misspelled anything at all.
Yeah, good times.
Anyway,
I mean, technically, you hadn't actually misspelled sun's glow. You had correctly spelled sin's glow. But anyway,
There
that's
you go.
being pedantic.
Anyway,
so you have just vanquished the leaders of this goblin encampment.
Sadly, yes.
The other goblins have all fled. They're gone, and you have found the three halflings who are part of the convoy you met on the road. And that is where we stopped last time. So let's pick up from there. I believe. Hold on, I can actually take you back to the correct.
there's also the ogre that Ugg was nursing back to health.
Thumps a lot.
Yeah.
Is this wait?
He's-
Is this one?
That it was that one, yes.
Nope. That's the
That's the outside, yeah.
the outside. This is the right one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a lot of witchbot going on down here.
Yeah.
He's dead. Ugg is mortally wounded. He's on 1 health after having to use his relentless endurance.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. And you had that cool moment where you got to use your Orcish Fury
Yeah.
or whatever it was called.
The relentless endurance
Yeah,
perk that I Orcish Fury. You can even hit It would have been such a viscerally cool moment if it had killed him.
He slammed into your shoulder, and then you're like, no! You just like slammed into his shoulder. Neither of you killed each other.
Yeah, you both the proper slugfest.
Xenoblade Chronicles in it, where those two giant robots.
Yo, who's this dickhead? What's he doing here?
Who?
This guy.
We left him at the camp. Get back to the camp.
Get out of here.
How come my frame is fucking wood? Hey, fuck you, though.
Did Sanguine get kidnapped? Are we retconning this?
No, we're not retconning it.
Why does one of the halflings look like fucking Edward Elric?
Yeah, he does! I thought that!
I was just thinking that. I was just...
Edward Elric!
Did you guys know that Edward Elric's voice actor in the dub is a nonce?
I just made that joke.
Oh, I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
George said it louder, so I'll have to George.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ime has approached the halflings, being brought by halflings himself. What are you doing? My cat is going behind my screens. I don't know what's going on.
She's probably
going to shit there like it did last week.
Oh, fucking that's so annoying. She's over here.
But yeah, no. I'm gonna have to try and get him the headspace for the music. Vice, are you okay? It's all right. I'm here. Let's go. All in halfling.
So the woman speaks back, also in halfling. I can't believe you saved us. Thank you so much.
There's nothing. Oh, that's Stallone.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. You come with me. Yeah. We'll take you back to your convoy now.
All right. So they're all kind of tight. They kind of bound hands. So you undo the binds, and they all kind of file out. And you head back to the road, I assume, unless you want to do anything else in here first.
Check and see if the ogre's woken up yet.
Yes. So you go back into the mess room, I guess you call it, and the ogre has sat up and is kind of just like seeing which teeth he's lost in the fight.
I'm gonna walk back up and reintroduce myself and congratulate him for fighting well.
He clasps your hand, if you offer a handshake, of course.
Yeah. Just warrior's handshake.
And he nods and he kind of looks around at the chaos and destruction. He says, "I better go find somewhere else to drink." And he stands up. He stretches. Might need some new teeth as well.
Wait. But wait.
What is it?
I'm gonna look him in the eye and say, "Join us."
Roll persuasion.
Persuade.
Here we go.
Moment of truth.
Oh no. It's a...
No offense, but I don't think you've got enough drink for me. And he turns around and he strolls out of the cave. You see him duck down to get out of the entrance, and he
take care.
and he just exits out into the world. A few seconds later, the other members of your party emerge from the leader's room with the halflings in tow. They're all kind of fussing and thanking everyone and just being generally jolly. They're being rescued. Do you want anything else before you leave?
No, that's it for me.
Is there anything to loot? / any money to loot?
Roll investigation.
So I'm chronically poor.
Generic investigation roll.
10.
You find a few silver on the hobgoblin and the bugbear. Nothing else really of note. They seem like quite a poor troop of goblins. Although you think it's quite strange that such a poor group led by a hobgoblin and a bugbear. As a side note. So gain 6 silver.
I shall do, because I'm chronically poor.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I got nothing.
No, because...
Not for anything to do, but am I, like, present?
Because
No, you're
in canon, we left you by the cart.
Yeah, you're
left you guarding
you're,
the cart.
you're guarding the halfling convoy.
Very cool. I shall sit and pluck away at my lyre.
Because
It's an
just
instrument.
this poor goblin.
Okay, so we head back out then. Head back to the cart. So it takes you a good hour to get back to the cart. On the green road. When you get there, you notice that a lot of work's been done to repair the damage that was done to the convoy. They've got all the carts repaired and they're ready to go again. And as soon as this convoy's in sight, the halflings all run off and greet their kin with hugs and handshakes and all sorts. The halfling spoke to you before kind of waddles up to you and says, "Thank you so much. We can't ever repay you. What about Reed? Did he make it?" He kind of looks. There's another halfling that are missing.
Was there any other bodies when we fought around the? There's like another attack that we tracked them to.
Yes, if you do remember, there were what looked like both hobgoblin and halfling remains.
Oh.
I think he didn't make it. I think the kidnappers themselves were beset by some great shelled beast. We managed to see it off, but...
Oh boy, we better stay close to the roads then. He kind of waddles back to his cart and he kind of rummages through a bag and he pulls out a little purse and he runs up to you. "This is all we can offer you. Thank you so much." And he plops it in Bin's hand, in Justice's hand.
Are you sure?
"Oh yes, where we're going. We'll need that. Don't worry." And he climbs on a cart and he kind of, and the donkey that's pulling the cart kind of starts tumbling off. He kind of waves as he goes past. And the other
Donkey sounds strangely like a cat.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
The gnome kind of pulls his cart over to the side and kind of, "You took your time. I had to sit here and make conversations with these idiots." Arla, who's standing on the ground down beside, kind of shoots him a nasty glare. Sanguine is still currently spooling over the fact that the cart is red.
Yes. Good colour. Nice red.
All right.
Say again, sorry, Oak.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna check on Fergus. Sure, he's all right.
Fergus is asleep. He is.
Oh.
He's kind of passed out in the sun. He's got like a wide brimmed hat that's kind of he's pulled over his put over his eyes. He's just kind of chilling in his cart.
Justice is going to open the bag and see how much there is in there.
You open it, you point it to your hand, you count. You're probably looking at about 22 gold.
22 gold. And there's 5 of us. So that's 5 gold each.
I'll say 25 to make it easy.
Okay. 6 gold each.
Hey!
Give me that 5 gold.
How slightly more
Hell
money.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Sanguine got paid for doing nothing.
Guarding the cart is a very valuable job.
Yeah. Of Fergus, the best character in this whole campaign. The most wholesome, at least. I think everyone will agree.
How much gold was that again?
5.
5.
Wait, why is it 6?
No, 5. Yeah, sorry.
No, 5.
5 divided by 5 is.
That was just like a complete brain fart.
Okay.
Maybe I was forgetting to include sanguine.
Thank you.
The gnome kind of looks over to you. Can we leave?
Yes, indeed.
This heat's getting to me. And he kind of flicks out a fan and kind of starts fanning his face.
I might have a spell for this.
Should grease him up. Make it nice and cool.
I mean, Giant's Breath does ice as well.
Don't murder more people, please, Ben.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Besides, when you freeze them to death, there's less blood,
No.
and I like
No.
red, so...
I didn't murder those goblins. Like, they were punching Oak, to be fair.
Yeah, but that was
Did they
mutual.
die?
Yes.
Then you murdered them.
It's not murder if it's in self-defense.
It wasn't in self-defense though.
Look, Bin was afraid for his squishy little face.
Yeah. And I had right to be. I survived one whole round in that fight.
Okay.
Did you hit in that fight? I mean, in the second one, not the first one.
Second one.
No, I did. I got hit for like half the health I had left.
Yeah, he had to get hit by a javelin.
If I didn't eat that chicken wing, I would be down again.
That's what the chicken wing.
Well,
Sorry, the chicken wing.
Wing.
Yeah. Yes, let's get moving.
Okay, so you get back on the cart and you start moving again. You head down the main road to Loksholt. Does anyone want to roll history to see if they know anything about Loksholt?
Oh yes, I can do that.
Ben,
Looks like Jared's.
I got an 8.
You can't do that.
I got an 18.
Yeah.
okay, I was going to say, Ben, if you want to do this, you'd have disadvantage because you're not from Arkellon.
Yeah, that's why I kind of left it for Oak to tell us it was a city.
As we're travelling, I would ask Bin if he'd be able to do the magic identification on the potions that we have.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just flick back to know which one they are. Yeah.
There's the royal purple bubbly potion, the bright gold potion, and a completely clear potion.
Mm-hmm.
Want me to make a history check too?
No, 18's probably enough.
Okay.
So, Justice, you've actually been to Loksholt before during your travels before meeting the party. Because you come from the north near Arbelheim and Vigilance. Yeah. So you would have travelled through very briefly. And from what you remember, it's a very cultural city. There is a lot of value placed on art and beauty and that kind of thing, which makes it also a very shallow place. All the worthy people, all the worthwhile people, all live in the four quarters close to the centre, whereas all the poor and untalented people, they kind of live in the districts towards the outer edges of town.
Do you get to the four quarters very often?
I thought.
That's what I was just thinking.
You don't.
If we find a Nazim, can I kill him?
Of course you can.
I think it would be your civic duty to murder him as fast as possible.
So the town itself is divided by the 4 grand avenues, and that divides every part of the city into 4. It's like a pie. It divides into 4 slices, as it were, and each of these avenues ends in a gate. So there are 2 tiers to the city. So there's the outer wall, which has the districts inside, and then there's an inner wall which kind of blocks the important people from the poor people, as it were.
Oh, nice. So it's exactly like the real world.
It's like Attack on Titan.
Yes, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like East and West Germany.
So, that is what Justice remembers of Loksholt. He remembers he doesn't like it very much. It was a bit too snobby for him.
This place is full of those hoity-toity people.
After a few hours of journeying, so everyone take a short rest if you have not done so already.
Damn. I was praying for that long rest.
It's probably not long enough. I suppose if you if you sleep on the cart, it's probably long enough to have a long rest if you want to do that.
Yes.
I will take a much-needed long rest.
Thanks, Angry.
Hard day of doing nothing and getting paid for it.
Hell yeah, just how I like it.
Okay, so I would take a long rest then.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take a short rest and scroll down some more spells?
Yes, you certainly can.
Why, thank you. Because I've got many spells to scribble.
Does anyone else want to do a short rest instead?
Nah, long rest for me, thanks. I was pretty gravely injured in that last fight, so...
Yeah, you kind of climb onto back to Fergus's cart and just kind of...
Actually, I'll... No, I'll take the long, yeah.
Can I also identify the potions while everyone's asleep?
Say again, sorry?
Like, I'll just remember... Can I also identify the potions while everyone's asleep?
Yes, you certainly can. So you... Is it the pearl for identify? Is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
My very expensive pearl that I daren't lose.
So you kind of go into your inside pocket and pull out this shiny pearl, and you kind of roll it about on your hands, and it floats in front of you, and then you kind of just brush one of the potions underneath one by like a barcode scanner. Beep, beep, beep. So the clear one is a potion of invisibility.
Mm.
The dark purple one is a potion of twilight.
What that do?
And the bright
It makes enough to go twilight.
And the final potion is a potion of dark vision.
Oh, nice. That's good for all two of us that don't have dark vision.
I've got a glow stick, I'm fine.
Hey, that's racist. You can't say that.
Everyone you can see in the dark, old man.
Take sunglasses off.
So the twilight one is the purple one, and the bright one is the dark vision one,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
The bright one's dark vision, dark purple is twilight.
What does Potion of Twilight do?
Bin, make a Arcana check to see if you know, if you wish to know.
Oh, yeah.
The other two...
Watch me not know.
The other two...
I got 20.
Oh, shit.
The other two are very substantial. The potion of twilight it's like a smoke bomb. If you smash it on the ground, it'll and make a darkness around you.
I'd roll a 20, but...
Bless you, my child.
Right. Yeah, you got 50. Your arcane is just that good.
Yeah, I got +6 Arcana.
That's a lot of
I
fun.
also got +6 Investigation, I think. I do.
Damn.
Must be nice.
You're a weak child. I have a +7 in insight.
But I don't need to, like, insightfully know things when I can bomb them with magic.
No, I have a +7 in athletic, which is pretty good.
Damn. Yeah, but I'll be able to see that coming from a mile away with my +7 perception.
Then you
Will be fast enough to stop it.
Yeah, I was going to say, his amazing dex let him dodge it.
So...
Whoa!
It's just me and Ugg that have dark vision, isn't it? Or does Satyrs have it as well?
Yeah, Satyrs have it as well.
Yep.
It's just Ben and me.
Humans
who
have it.
don't have
Faye.
that.
So... Ben, do you give the potions back once...
Who are you casting
Just to
fucking
play
Sacred
stuff.
Flame on?
I didn't mean to click that.
Yeah, I'll give the potions back, even though I really want to keep...
Even though
Yeah.
he has a potion of invisibility to himself.
So...
I mean, I was going to see if I'm invisible. We'll never know what I've got.
Talking about
if you...
this, you only gave me 2 potions.
If you explain what they do, I'd probably say for... I don't know, would you be better with the dark vision one, or would Father Ime?
Ime, because I can always just cast light on my quarter
Yeah,
staff.
you have your light stick.
Yeah.
Benefit more because it'll synergize with his perception.
Yeah. And I think... Who has the best stealth?
Me, obviously.
I have +4 stealth and 45 movement speed, but I don't care if I get anything or not because I've not contributed the past sessions.
Yeah, no,
So,
I think
you know.
I was thinking I'd give you the invisibility anyway, and then.
Can I have Twilight to run away from the things I want to hurt?
Yeah, us strong boys don't need magic potions and things like that, so we'll give you the Twilight potion.
Says the guy who's drunk 40 healing potions.
Maybe.
Steroids! What?
We don't need, like, magic to assist us, just to heal us.
I don't think I've ever drank a healing potion in this game so far.
I think someone gave you... I think someone poured one down your neck, maybe.
No, I don't think that
was
was me.
That was Sanguine, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No,
I haven't had a need to use mine yet.
When
I am so terrified.
Yeah.
I'm so terrified for what, if anything, has happened to Sanguine while I've been away, because last time I was away from a campaign with you guys, you put me into fucking Minotaur porn.
There was a really good in one of the episodes where Justice and Ugg were holding up this portcullis in front of this door.
I'm sorry, Jared, I really can't hear you because everyone is laughing over it, which I'm assuming means it's good.
Yeah. So Justice and Ugg are holding up this portcullis, right, so that Bin can open the door and let everyone out. Bin decides, instead of opening this door, he is going to attempt to grease up the door so that it'll open better, you know. And then after about 5 minutes of that, he remembers suddenly, holy shit, wait a minute, guys, I don't even know the spell grease. Sorry. So Ugg and Justice, like, fucking struggling to hold this portcullis up because it's been 5 minutes doing continuous strength checks. And then Bin's like, oh, wait, guys, I need to pick the lock first. So he's like, you know, he's out in this thing, but he's like hesitant because he's like rooting through his bag. He's finally got it. He's like, oh no, they're gonna drop the portcullis. It's too long. Let me test it with my staff first to make sure it doesn't like just open. Oh, okay. And then, you know, for about 5 more minutes of that.
And all through this, Justice is on like 3 health.
So Bin decides, I'm just gonna go for it, and he reaches out his hand, and at that pivotal moment, Justice and Ugg both fail their strength checks and drop the portcullis on his mum.
And it knocked him out!
After that, Ugg reaches through the portcullis to the door handle, and it was already unlocked. He just opens it, and it swings outwards. The door was unlocked the whole time, and Bin just spent 10 minutes farting around.
You know what? You fucking deserve that, Bin. You deserve to get a fucking portcullis on you for that. That's fair enough.
Nothing but a nuisance this whole campaign.
Apart from last session where he zapped the hobgoblin to death.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I also did a pretty good spell like in the first session. But,
Okay, so after a few hours of journeying, you make it to, well, you see the city of Loksholt on the horizon. The city itself, the centre of it is riddled with these grand spires made of marble and other like shiny stone, with it all kind of descending down to maybe 2-3 story buildings around the outside. You also see the outer wall, which is an odd name because it's not actually on the outskirts of town. There's quite a lot of Loksholt that spills out into the surrounding land. You soon come into the farmland that surrounds the city. You see humans and halflings, all toiling in the fields, and it's near the end of autumn, so a lot of I forgot what the season's called in D&D. So they're all just finishing up their harvest. They shoot a couple of weird looks, mainly maybe the carriage that they're all riding in.
That's a good colour.
It's almost like they recognise it, and they look at it with a bit of disdain. But no one says anything. Eventually, you reach the start of the massive buildings. Now, it's all the buildings in this part of it, like outside the outer wall, are all very cramped together. There's not really any kind of planning going on. It's all alleys and houses that are just smashed together. You notice that no one outside, no one that you can see who seems to be living in this part of the city, is anything but a halfling or a human. There are no other races out here living in these conditions. As you pass through, the gnome says, "Don't give them too much mind," and he just kind of keeps the cart going.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah. You make it, so eventually you make it to the outer wall. It takes about 10 minutes after you pass the threshold of buildings. The wall itself is massive, stretching for upwards of 50 metres. It's covered in intricate patterns, and the battlements are all... Oh, we've lost somebody.
Alex.
Oh, that's Alex. The battlements are all carved in nice shapes. Obviously, a great feat of engineering. The gate itself is 15 metres high and is thrown wide open to the city inside. I'll wait till Bin comes back with the rest of it, I think.
Where'd Mr. Alex go?
Just get
Pressed up all the cameras.
He did. Apart from you three. You three are fine.
Yeah, those are okay.
Still love the weather we're having.
Yes, lovely weather.
Build.
Oh, it's mild season.
Didn't know that.
What a throwback that was.
Yeah, all the colorful throwbacks.
Call back.
Oh, Nathan, we're here.
I'm back.
Cool.
And who even is Nathan?
What a burn.
Okay. So, your cart's stopped by watchers as you go through the gate, and as they do so, they kind of recognise the cart, and the gnome hands them some kind of document, and they kind of look it over, hand it back, and then just nod you through. So this is the start of one of the grand avenues that split up the city. On the left, you see it's very like a European city. A lot of the buildings are very tall, and they're all just kind of terraced together down long roads in both directions. As you continue through this part, you notice that a lot more variety in the races out here. You see a couple of gnomes, a dwarf or two, but still predominantly human and halfling, which is fairly common throughout the Kingdom of Arkellon. The gnome continues down the avenue, and you see the inner wall approaching. Does anyone want to do anything before we go any further?
Can't think of anything.
No, Justice is just like looking out of like the windows of the cart with his little book, just scribbling.
I'm just
So
vibing.
a weird smell drifts in to your nostrils.
God damn it, Ugg.
It's
Hey, I'm on the other cart. It must be Sanguine.
I
a
ate someone gave me some leaves. I ate them.
it's a smell
What is
of charcoal burning.
Ooh.
Does that mean someone's having a barbecue party?
And as you like look towards the source of the scent, to your left, there is a street that's filled, absolutely filled with blacksmiths. You see them stretch on for maybe 200 meters, and every shop front is a different blacksmith, just hammering away or dousing things in acid or pushing bellows, and it's just a flurry of work. Does anyone want to roll perception?
Yes.
Yes.
I am
Hey!
looking out the window.
Whoa. I will.
I got a 14.
Have we got only one person doing it, or?
Father, no.
Never mind.
I think Father and May got it.
Yeah. There's a fly on that wall.
So while everyone's encapsulated by this,
You're all gawking and just give it a side eye.
while everyone's kind of encapsulated by this cacophony of clanging and hissing, if Sanguine and Ime, who look down the other street, would see the same level of work, except these are all woodworkers. They are making planks and furniture and other great marvels out of wood.
Planks and furniture, my favourite marvels of wood.
You have my favorite.
That was incredibly rude. I'm so sorry.
Fucking just fucking hating on carpenters over here.
Yeah, carpenter.
And look at him losing his shit over it. I fucking showed him.
No, it's not that. It's more the fact he's like the marvels, and the marvels were furniture and nondescript planks.
Have you ever tried?
I said
to make
other marvels. I didn't say they were the marvels.
Yeah, making wooden planks is quite hard, so I'm told.
Yeah.
We are pretty hard.
You start with a plank, and then you
Your mum must
You
be
carpent.
a carpenter.
and once you've done carpenting,
Start with a plank, and then you do nothing.
but you see that's the biggest challenge. A lot of carpenters, they just can't handle themselves around wood. You know, they can't help themselves. They got a carpent.
Well,
That's
I
it.
get because they feel the urge to like mold this
carpent.
plank of wood when all they need to do to have a plank of wood is nothing. I see
It's
what-
already there.
Yeah, like it comes out of the trees and planks and everything.
Yeah, well, everyone knows if you punch a tree. You know. So actually,
Yeah.
they do have to, like, place it on a crafting table a couple of times. But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. Anyway.
Anyway.
I'm gonna ask Fergus if he reckons that. Oh shit! What was the other blacksmith's name?
Talinda.
Does he reckon Talinda would be in that street if she?
He glances down. Make a perception check for Fergus.
Does he? He has the same perception as me.
No, he has a 0.
He has a 0, but he can't speak.
She sees a persuasion skill.
I got a 12.
Fergus kind of glances down the street and kind of goes, "Hey."
We'll keep looking, buddy.
All right, you make it to the inner gate. The inner wall is the same height as the outer wall, but this has even got more intricate carvings. It's got like it depicts battles and stories across its surface. Some of these stories could stretch for hundreds of meters along the wall, and you can see the Watcher presence here is much greater. The Watcher once again comes and stops your carriage. The gnome hands him the document. He kind of looks at it, and he looks kind of behind your carriage, the red carriage, at Fergus and Ugg, and he just goes, "Not them."
Excuse me.
Ooh, we got a racism on our hand, boys.
No, I think it's more the fact that he's in a crappy ass carriage.
We can't let the
racism.
He kind of walks up and says, "We can't allow something like this to go into the inner city."
Excuse me, I have a writ.
He kind of takes it off you and looks at it. He kind of hands it back. "This changes nothing. That cart cannot go into the inner city."
Can we not use our Watcher lady friend to just like talk to him?
Damn, can we change classism on a persuasion check?
Oh, can I do it?
I got this. How about if you want some culture, I will stand astride it and perform, and it will just look like it's supposed to be street art, you know? That's some cool vibes.
That's not a bad idea, actually. I'd be willing to try that.
I mean, that's better than my idea.
The guard kind of looks at Sanguine as he comes up and says, "Can you give us a demonstration?"
Okay. There once was a hero fuck. There once was a hero back on the red, riding on red, run from all roads dead.
So say hello to your
And then came the crashing and crashing of steel as the brave last Matilda. I'm out of practice.
Of course, the first roll would be a critical fail.
Of course, the first one's an actual one.
I can only roll 1s or 20s. There's no in between. It's a blessing and a curse. I'll finish the performance, awful performance on jazz hands, and say it's a modern interpretation of how shit the economy and classism is. It's bad because it's art.
The guy just stands there with his hand on his sword. "It's not going in."
Well, looks like we'll have to ditch the cart.
Fergus.
hang on. Should wizards be able to do something? Can you just change the way it looks? Can't you polymorph it?
Fergus then points at a nearby inn and goes,
Alright. I'm gonna shake Fergus's hand and give 50 gold.
What's the inn called?
Catch you later, buddy.
It's called the Golden Sheaf.
Sheath. It's funny.
Sheaf, as in wheat.
Oh, sheath. I thought you meant sheath as in teeth.
Cool. We'll meet up. We'll have Fergus later on, but I'll let him know that I'll keep looking for. I've forgotten her name already. Keep looking for her in the inner part of the
Talinda.
Talinda. I'm gonna.
We're not playing this person.
No, not Talinda, for Linda. I'm not.
As you step down from the cart and you walk beside the carriage that enters the inner city, as soon as you do, a young elf boy runs up to you and starts with a cloth and starts polishing frantically across your armour. Polish your armour, sir! Polish your armour! Only 2 silver, polish your armour!
Don't mind if I do.
He buffs like back and forth across all the plates of your armour as you walk, and soon your armour is glistening in the light. And you toss him a couple of silvers. I assume you toss a couple of silvers, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he grabs them, and then he jumps on the side of the red carriage and looks in through the window. Hey, we need your armour polishing. Only 2 silver.
I'm going to turn to the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the kid and I'm going to say, do what you did to my...
What?
You cut out.
Do it.
You know, you cut out. I don't know what you said.
Didn't say anything.
Did you?
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, I get that. I get that. Right. Yeah.
The kid didn't understand what he said. He's just going
What? You want me to speak?
What is going on?
The kid to polish the car like he did our friends. You know what? Fuck it. It's cool. I'll just buy it.
Cart's made of wood, George. I don't think it works like.
It's got like golden metal on the parts of it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Fergus's cart, so we could get it.
He could try. Like, who knows? Maybe this kid has like untalented like feng shui ability. Maybe he'll take like the ripped up pieces of cloth and like retie it around things and make it look all like aesthetic and pretty. You know, we don't know what this kid's capable of. He could be the next guy who painted the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo.
Polisher, George. I dare you.
Could be... So the buildings. So all the buildings here on either side are much more spaced apart and much taller. There's also lots of green, and the cobbled streets are all very well maintained. And there's lots of elves walking around, along with a lot of gnomes and some dwarves. There are no humans that you can see in the inner city.
Damn.
This isn't right. There needs to be more humans everywhere. No,
Is there any like halflings as well, or are they?
Nope, you don't see any halflings.
Man, I guess humans
What is the
the second-class citizens around these parts.
Yeah, do people like react with disdain at the sight of the 2 humans we have with us, or do they not really?
So they're both inside a carriage, so they don't really see anything.
Right.
See them.
What race was the little kid with elf? Yeah.
And then as you walk down, another young elf, this time a girl, runs up to Ugg with something in her hand. They look like some kind of food. They're quite small and round and black. And she runs up and she says, "Snapper dragon, sir. Only 1 silver."
What does it do?
You eat
What's
it.
A snapper dragon?
You can try 'em for 1 silver.
All right, you've got yourself a deal. He's gonna just pop this thing in his mouth. He's gonna.
All right. So you toss her a silver, and she gives you one of these small little black pellets, and you put it in your mouth, and it has a very strong mint taste to it.
Oh man.
And the girl's kind of just sitting and watching you. And then
I think Ugg is what they would call an easy mark.
I take your entire stock.
Then you crunch down on it, and you hear this boom come out of your mouth. And,
holy fuck!
And it kind of takes you back, and it echoes down the streets either way. And then
I will actually take your entire stock.
and then it just tastes like a nice minty treat.
What was that?
This was my
Oh, Justice, do you put your head out?
Yeah.
She drops them and runs away.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna get down on the...
Something I said.
As many of them as possible. I need those in my life.
Oh god, yeah, you're a tiefling.
I'm gonna go back in and turn to the gnome. Do they not like... And he kind of gestures to his horns.
Oh, I won't take offence. A lot of them have never seen your kind before. And to be honest, you look quite terrifying. He just kind of flicks the horse, and the horse kind of keeps clattering down the air.
How many snapper dragons do I get?
So a lot of them roll into the cobbles. So you actually only get what you can grasp. So can you please roll a sleight of hand check for me? Try and grasp them as they fall down the cracks.
Fuck, I'm rolling shit today.
So you only managed to get another 4 snapper dragons.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to use them wisely.
He's not wrong, though. You are pretty terrifying.
So you're starting to... Bin and Ime, you probably know that the kind of infused with a little tiny bit of magic, and they use as pranks a lot of the time. Because
so Jared's been eating the same, like the equivalent of those fucking things you throw on the ground and they explode.
Oh no, you meant to eat them. They are sweets, but like,
right. So the food is...
Yeah, the boom factor is like a bit of a prank that they put into it.
Yeah, but I reckon that's going to come in really handy when I next need to make an intimidation check.
Boom!
You're gonna like put one in your teeth and talk like this the entire time, and then just...
No, you just have it like a cyanide tooth.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a cloak I could borrow?
Oh, just work with it, man.
I don't believe in clothes.
You want? It's funny because it's got horns on it.
Thank you. It just has like an extra set of horns. I don't think this helps. Eventually, you head further into the inner city and you turn left down one of the streets. And you come outside, and the carriage stops outside this huge 5-story manor. And it's got a gate leading into like a lovely garden. It's obviously very well maintained, probably not by the people that own the house. And it's got 2 flowers intertwined, like made out into the gateposts. The gnome hops down and he opens the gate and he says, "Mr. Primrose waits for you inside." Sorry, Primso waits for you inside.
Better get going then.
I'm going to just stroll straight through the front door, as far as I can go before I get stopped.
Okay, so you get stopped at the front door.
Oh, that was very far.
Yeah, Justice is following. But he's kind of walking very kind of sheepishly, like making himself as small as possible, kind of thing.
So you all get stopped by obviously a man who lives in the house. He seems to be considered a servant though. He's kind of wearing a red-coloured waistcoat with an ascot on his chest, and he goes, I should want to mention, he seems to be half elf. And he kind of looks at you all and says, "Greetings and welcome to the Primso Manor. My master's expecting you." And he kind of looks around you all. Unfortunately. And he opens the door.
Man, this guy. I got my armor polished especially for this occasion.
Oh, believe me, it's not your armor that I'm against.
It's
Someone's called a dick.
right?
Say again, sorry? George?
Yeah, George, your internet isn't so good today.
Oh, I just asked if it was poor people he was a second. I'm going to try something which will either help or make it worse.
Now, brother. If you keep your nose upturned so much, you'll be likely to drown from when it rains.
That's it.
Yeah. Just walking smiley.
Oh, any better, any worse? No different?
A little bit better.
I think it's a bit better.
A little better.
Okay.
Awesome, cool.
Can I roll a verbally destruction check on him?
Yeah, sure. Roll intimidation. That's probably what that is.
Crits.
Oh damn, that was nearly a 17. 13.
He says, well, at least I have to look at you. And he kind of just...
What did he say? Sorry?
At least I don't have to look at you. So he's going to keep his nose upturned.
He kind of like doesn't look at any of you in the eye as you walk into the house. And he...
Oh, well, on the way by, I'm going to give him a nice firm pat on the back and say, thanks. But, you know, like one of those, you know, like in a cartoon where the sheepish main character gets patted on the back and goes like flying. It's good for them.
Make a strength check.
Come on. Yeah, I got an 11.
So you kind of hit him and you hear him go,
Nice.
and then he goes,
Exactly what I...
and then he kind of rights himself, straightens his waistcoat, and then he starts dusting the floor where you all walked. And he walks in and closes the door.
What a fucking virgin.
As you walk in, the house is almost looks like it's made of gold. There are pinks and reds interlaced with it. There's there's carpets running up and down the halls. Ahead of you is a grand staircase. The banisters are sculpted to look like flowers, and waiting in a chair at the top of the first flight of stairs is a high elf, and he almost looks like he's painted his skin gold to match the walls, and he kind of stands up and he says,
trick.
"It's okay, you may look at me. I
might need some sunglasses, mate.
I am Soren Primso, Lord of the Manor.
I am Ugg.
I do not care. I have called you here because there is a threat upon my life.
Interested. Come on, guys, let's go.
Please.
How much gold do you pay?
Gold? Oh, I didn't pay in gold here. How does platinum sound to you?
Ah, well, you see, we are a very expensive group. I know we might not look it, but that's because our
100
money
platinum
goes directly into our trade. Make it 150.
How much is 100 platinum?
It's
1,000 gold.
It's less than our usual rate, I think.
100 each is our usual rate.
Platinum is not, but where would I spend it?
I'm sure any of the banks here in the Noble Quarter will certainly exchange it for you for your gold.
Mate, you paint your skin gold. What you on about, you knob?
Yeah, no, he doesn't spend
Yeah,
gold.
shouldn't you paint yourself platinum, you little bitch?
Yeah, like,
I've
He's-
said
What a
people
dick.
like this before. I think he means spend the gold. Because, you know, he's rich. I'm very, very insightful, you know.
He is. He is, and he's right.
Oh, I'm not. I'm drunk. Am I coming across?
you went proper robot, and you're like, I'm not. I'm drunk.
I was actually going to ask if I'm coming across okay, because you guys keep getting robot-y to me, but you've kind of evened out now. So
Yeah, you've evened out as well.
yeah, you're okay now.
That's good. I'll try not to do that again, I'm sorry.
100 platinum each, you say? Well,
That is our usual rate.
he puts out his hand to Sanguine, probably,
Yeah.
It's a deal.
Will he want to shake my hand? Is that respectful? I think he is because he's putting his hand out. But I don't want to fuck on it. Yeah, I'll shake his hand.
So,
I don't accept the idea of his handshake.
Grab his fingers and just.
Yeah. So
I'll give him a very
Yeah. So you put your hand out to handshake, and he kind of takes it back and goes, "Ah, yes," and he just pinches your hand and goes, "Deal."
No,
So
I'm not.
Is my hand does some of the gold come rubbed off on my hand? Is it kind of
yes, actually, he's also got some kind of gold paint on his skin, and so you got these little two little gold pinch marks where he gripped your hand.
I'm gonna paint a smiley face on the back of Ug's armor where he can't see it.
God. You should paint it on his shoulder plate. I don't think he'd mind.
I'll do that. I'll paint it's a smiley face for good luck.
So I assume Eldon has told you.
Can you make an Arcana roll and bless me?
Yeah.
I can try.
Some people are getting killed. You want us to figure out who's doing it?
Yes, it troubles me so. My own brother was the latest victim. Terrible.
Yes, death is very sad. But do you have anyone who would want to harm you? I mean, it seems like this city's...
I'm a delight. No one wants to kill me.
I don't think there's a single reason why anyone would want to harm this guy.
No, I'm getting to that. I just think, obviously with the disparity, it's an all too familiar topic.
Disparity? What on earth do you mean?
Have you ever been outside of this area of the city?
Outside the inner wall? Why would we go out there?
My point exactly.
Anyway, it's one of those ruffians coming up here and causing trouble, I'm sure of it. But since the latest victim was my brother, I do feel quite in danger. And I'm willing to pay you all very handsomely for your protection from this fiend. I hear he's the fourth victim. I hear the last one. I don't know exactly. I think Eldon might have the exact list. I don't trust myself with those kind of details. Grisly details. Anyway, my saffron bath is getting cold. I'll have to leave you now. Please.
Thank goodness. That's under his breath.
I'll give him a very dramatic bow and say I hope you enjoy your bubble bath.
Oh, I will. And then he's wearing this fur-lined red robe, and he just foof. And he's wearing.
I want that robe.
He's wearing some briefs underneath, and his entire body's painted gold, and he's like, "My bath awaits," and he just skips up the stairs.
Does he
Give
take
some real Rocky Horror vibes?
Is he well endowed?
Roll insight.
Insight. That's.
Imme's gonna analyze the bulge.
So he casts the robe off, and Imme just zooms in on the groin.
He zooms in and then double take.
Zoom. Analyzing.
Wait, hold on. Zoom and enhance.
You'd say it's average.
Does he take the robe with him when he leaves?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna run and grab the robe.
As you're in front and pick up the robe, you hear a voice from behind you going, "What on earth are you doing with Master's robe?"
Folding it elsewhere. I'm going to take it and treat it with my culture's special enrichment aura as a thank you.
Give it to Sanguine to wear.
I really don't want
Sanguine trying to make
aura.
Believe me.
I was trying to make excuses for it.
My master does not want your culture anywhere near his robe. and he puts his hand out to...
What about this, then? Ogre's gonna lick the robe.
he keeps his hand out, but he kind of like looks at you like, what on earth are you doing?
One of it.
How much did this robe cost him?
I am not in charge of the Master's monetary affairs.
We are keeping it. Consider it a down payment.
That's true. We didn't get anything in advance.
I will tell the
We'll
Master.
give it back.
I'll tell Master to take it off your final payment then.
We'll give it back to him when we get our money. Think of it as
he doesn't care. I'm sure he doesn't care by that much.
Just give the servant the robe.
It would look really good on Sanguine.
Can I try and distract the servant while they steal the robe?
We can get it enchanted to make it like a cloak of protection.
Sure. What you did to
The
distract him?
Well, I'm going to start speaking to him in Elvish because he probably doesn't expect that. This fucking stuck-up dickhead. And ask him like who's in charge of his money, who's in charge of the security, and like basically who works at the house.
Oh god, your dialect is awful.
Ooh.
Your pronunciation is all off. I can barely understand you. The robe, please.
I'll give him it because there are going to be other chances to steal it, I'm sure.
There's going to be so much better stuff to steal.
He takes the robe and he says, Eldon is waiting for you outside.
I'm going to make sure to lick side first into his hand.
He kind of grabs it, points his hand, and he kind of goes...
Yeah, I'm gonna lead my way out.
Thanks again, me old chap.
So as you exit out, Eldon is standing next to the carriage and says, Alright, I assume the Master told you what's happening. Murders.
It's a prick.
I'm not one to judge. He pays me well.
Must pay handsomely.
He kind of tugs in his gold embroidered waistcoat and he goes, I do alright.
I still think we're no sleuths, nor are we paid protection. Well, me personally, I'm not paid protection.
Well,
Can't speak big man here.
Well, I'll tell you the interesting facts about these murders. There's no bodies.
Wait, so how do you know that they're murdered? What? Maybe people are just leaving him because he's a shitheel.
Only parts are found.
Ah, right, yeah, that's pretty conclusive. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Which parts?
If I were in this guy's company, like more than once in a lifetime, I would probably cut off a limb just to get away from him.
I think these people don't live together. I feel like it's a bunch of rich people have just been dismembered.
I bet he's the one fucking doing it. He's probably like sacrificing their souls to turn it into golden ball pain. I don't know. I don't like this guy. He's kind of a I don't want that coat.
Yeah, what would we do if we just don't want to? Like, I would much rather see this guy get murdered than like accept 100 platinum.
Right, we lure him as bait to catch the murderer. Like, we tell him who it is, we get paid. We set a trap, we just accidentally let him get killed before we catch him. We get paid, and Nazim dies.
That's lawful good. That's not murder. It's just letting someone die, and that's completely fine.
People die every day.
Well,
it's just incompetence.
We're here now, and people are still being murdered. So, if we're getting paid to stop a murderer, I still think the best thing that we could do is stop the murderer.
If he murders the aristocrats, doesn't that do more good than harm, really?
Well, do you want to continue investigation? Do you want to just move on?
Oh, well, investigation. I've got a good investigation.
No, do you want to continue with the investigation into the murders? Or do you want to just call it quits?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, well, because in death, everyone's the same. Well, not everyone. You got the paladins and the celestials and the fiends, but
Yeah, I know. But
in death we return to the earth, as it were. So
I don't think that's a good justification for letting people be shitty during life.
It's
that's not my place to say.
I don't think that is a good justification for letting people be shitty during life.
Well, what I preach is a far cry difference. But I don't feel like. In fact, no, I do feel like.
Where are the other murders? Elden, where were they?
He hands you a sheet of paper. These are all the known murders so far. Alright, I'll be off then. I'll go get home to my wife. You kind of climb.
What did you say was left?
Oh, the last one. Ilaris. The master's brother. All they found of him was half his face. And he kind of tootles off in the carriage.
Strange part to just leave behind.
I mean, what part would you leave behind?
Oh, well, usually in these sort of things, it's an arm or a torso. You know, things that are easy to kind of dismember and then leave. If you get what I'm hinting at.
I mean, it's probably not that hard to dismember a face. You just kind of like...
Face makes it the body easy to recognize.
Yeah, but they left the face, though. That's pretty easy to recognize.
Somebody wants to strike fear into these threats.
What of all the body parts that have been left behind so far? Do we know that? Are they leaving behind enough parts to build a person? Is that it?
All right. So are you going to open up the sheet of paper he gave you?
Yeah, I'm going to open the paper and
all right.
That's a good idea. So
what are you doing? Oh, that.
The first. So the first known victim, according to the piece of paper, was a wizard from the Wizard's Quarter called Tharlon Snickelbart, a gnome. The second was a half-elf sorcerer called Lara Hardings, also from the Wizard's Quarter. The third victim was a mason from the Artist's Quarter, Porrick Harhammer, a dwarf. And the latest victim was a high elf noble, Mr. Ilaris Primso of the Primso family.
Oh, so he's just a regular murderer.
No, surely there's a pattern here. It must be.
None of them were human, so it's probably a few.
All of them had different parts left behind. The wizard, all they found was his hand and his heart. The half-elf sorcerer, all they found were her legs. The mason, Porrick, all they found was his lower jawbone. And of course, you know, the latest one, it's just half a face.
Which half? Top half? No,
isn't like...
Left half?
I guess you wouldn't know that. But it's not relevant. It was cut down the middle. So it's kind of, his skin was peeled away from his face.
What were the names again?
Tharlon Snickelbart, Lara Hardings, Porrick Harnhammer, and Ilaris Primso. And that's a gnome, a half-elf, a dwarf, and a high-elf. Arla is also there, by the way. She got out of the cart when Elden left.
Nice.
I'm gonna go meet with the Watchers, see what they've got to say. I'll meet you back at the Golden Sheaf. I don't like it. I don't like it here.
I would like your take on this. You'll have more experience.
like I say, I'll go dig up what I can find. I'm sure that the local watchers know more than you.
Look for Tolana.
Talinda.
Same thing.
Professor Oak's words to Linda.
I hear the voice of God inside my head. It's Tolinda. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Are you saying that to Arla?
No, I'm addressing the party, like
Okay.
in general.
Arla then leaves to go consult with the Watchers of Loksholt. She gets a couple of weird glares from various nobles as she goes down the street, being a tiefling.
I don't like it here. Can we go back to the outer area? Maybe we should ask some questions about the people, the victims out there.
Will they know them out there, really, though? It seems like separate worlds.
Oh,
I appreciate that you're uncomfortable, Justice.
Is the wizard...
dragon salespeople on the way out of the inner city?
As you're busy talking, a young, probably very young, probably like 5 or 6, gnome child runs up and points at Justice and says, "Mummy, Daddy, what's that?" And the parents run up behind her and say, "Don't look at it! Don't look at it!" And they kind of drag her away.
That's sad.
Oh, you get used to it. Try being a human growing up amongst halflings. You're towering over them by the time you're 10.
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
Let's ostracize him for being different.
I'm tempted to take that potion back off you, Sanguine.
Oh, come
Take
now.
it.
I imagine I should probably get my robes washed if I'm going to be spending a bit time in this, well, aristocratic area. Can I go to a washing place to wash my clothes?
So the only buildings you can see around here are manors.
Yes.
So
maybe
we should head back out into the
more
functional district.
This is as you said, this is the nobles' quarter. So this is where all the aristocrats live.
Is it connected to... Where is the wizard's quarter?
Yeah.
Do you want to try... Well, you don't really know. You've never been here before.
Okay, well, let's not just...
Here.
You definitely were allowed in the inner city when you came here, and you were probably just passing
No,
through.
definitely not. I probably only went through the outskirts.
Well, yes, let's do some sleuthing, as it were. Maybe I could
Just ask
meet
that
a...
half-elf guy how to get to the wizard quarter. In common. He was an elf.
Do you want to knock back on the door and talk to him?
Yeah.
So you kind of walk up and he opens it, and the butler's there, and he says, "Ah, found you already, have you? Found the killer already, have you?" I beg your pardon.
Wizard's quarter, where is it? Directions now. Come on.
Oh, manners cost nothing, sir.
Chill.
Run it!
Well,
you want the job done quickly, get to the point.
I'm sure resourceful lot like yourself can find your way there. And he just closes the door in your face.
That you're a resource.
Right. Oh, get ready with that snapdragon. I'm going to knock again.
I'm going to walk off towards a more centralised area.
Alright, so you walk back to the avenue that you came up. So, do you want to roll survival as a random check?
Yeah.
Yes, I will do that.
I can do that. I'm fairly good at...
Ooh, I got 4.
Dude.
Me too.
Wow, we are...
I had gotten 18.
So, I do feel like it may just like come this way, turn around, and you're all gone.
Justice would have been trying to follow Ime if he was.
Yeah. So it was mainly just so you could know which kind of bearing you're in. So the avenues seem to head in non-cardinal directions. So they head kind of northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. That's the direction of each avenue. So you came up the southwest avenue.
Really?
Yep.
Oh no, yeah. No. Sorry, I'm just fucking stupid.
And you know where the Nobles Quarter is. That's in the east part of the inner city. The adjoining quarter across the other side of the avenue appears to be full of high-end shops and boutiques. Stuff like satins, expensive silks, jewelry, restaurants, that kind of stuff seems to be the name of the game in that quarter.
So they want to buy a thing that definitely won't burn them to death.
Pardon?
They want to buy a thing that definitely won't burn them to death.
You could go and ask a jeweler if they would buy it.
No, because they might pass the check, actually. And that'd be really sad.
What's your plan, guys? You gonna go out back into the outer city?
I think I'm already long gone. I'm off to find Fergus so we can look for Talinda together.
Yeah, you're gonna accompany Ugg back to the Golden Sheaf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The living quarter's out that way, so I'm going to go that way.
Okay, so you kind of go back through the gate. The guards kind of double take as you walk through. Like, how the hell did these guys get in the inner city? And you go to the inn that's on the Grand Avenue on the left, coming out. You walk in and it's very big inside, and it takes you a while, but you spot Fergus, and you go over and you sit with him, and he's managed to order himself an ale and some food, and you sit down and he goes, "Hey," and he just kind of takes a nice big gulp of his ale, and he kind of gestures to the seats around him.
Right, I'm sitting next to Fergus. No one can
sit down and join him.
Sweet. Okay. You all grab a seat, and for a while, a young dwarven woman comes up to the table, and she says, "Welcome to the Golden Sheaf. My name's Beatrice. What can I get you today?"
Foolish burial, please.
I beg your pardon?
I said a pint of ale, please.
Oh, of course. She jots it down.
You didn't.
Just something.
I will ask her for her finest wine.
The finest wine. A big spender here. Sorry, I didn't get that, sir. She kind of looks up at Justice.
Just something that won't get me drunk, please.
Milk?
Perfect.
Chocolate.
Milk drinker.
You milk drinker, what are you doing?
Milk. What's a milk drinker like you doing out here?
And for you, handsome?
Yes.
Oh, so is that me?
No, that's me.
I love you.
Handsome.
I love your dreads, by the way.
No, just the mead'll do.
Mead. She kind of gives you a wink. I'll give you the house special. And she looks at Ben, and he goes, "And for you."
Yeah.
Ale.
2 ales. So we got 2 ales, a mead, some milk, and the finest wine. Coming
Want
back
some
up.
food?
How expensive is your finest wine? I've been burned by this before.
Oh, it's 4 gold a glass.
Fuck yeah! Hit me with that.
She kind of walks off, and she's back a few seconds later with all your drinks.
Second. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
yeah. It's
quick.
fucking quick.
Holy shit.
And she deals them all out, and she like almost runs to the next table, and you hear her say the same thing to them.
Oh, I was about to try and stop her.
Oh, do you want to try and stop her?
Mate.
Yeah. Sister, if you wouldn't mind
Tell her, mate.
a small moment of your time.
Anything for you, Ansem?
Well, you work in a bar and you see many faces come and go. You haven't noticed anything strange happening recently, have you?
Oh, in a city like this, it's such a busy inn. I couldn't tell you much. They all kind of blend to one, you know.
I can understand that, but you keep an eye out for me.
Anything for you, Dad? She gives you another wink.
I'm just
Are
gonna...
there any shifty-looking people in this inn who look a bit dodgy?
Roll insight. No, in fact, roll perception. No, insight. I'm going to go insight.
Thank God, my insight's better than perception as well. 17.
So you kind of, as you're kind of taking the first swig of your ale, you kind of like cast an eye out over the inn. You see a lot of humans and halflings and a few dwarves. There are a couple of people in the corner, kind of with their hoods up, playing some kind of gambling game. But other than that, you don't really see anything very suspicious.
Do I see Talinda anywhere?
Bin doesn't. He wasn't looking for her. You do actually Bin with a 17. I'll tell you. You do notice a couple of sideward glances towards you all because you're all quite unusual.
it's quite...
Fair dues.
But
I was like announcing we're not very popular here. I'd head over to that gambling table.
okay, Ugg, do you want to make a perception check to see if you see Talinda?
Sure. I imagine Fergus has already looked. I got 12.
You glance around. You look at the few dwarves in the bar, but you don't see Talinda anywhere. In fact, you don't see anyone that you recognise from Yorick.
Right. Oh, Fergus, like, where do you think she'd have gone if she came here?
Hell.
No, it's going to be a tough one, buddy.
You could
Pass on
always, you could always just look around. You know, a group of refugees turning up in a band usually doesn't go too unnoticed. They've got to try and find somewhere to stay after all.
Oh, actually, I'm going to find the nearest service person and ask if any refugees have come into town from Yorick.
You pull over a man who's walking past, a human man, and he's got like an empty tray that he's going back to fill up back up at the bar, and he says, "Oh, sorry, more drinks."
No, I was going to ask you, have any refugees come up the road from Yorick?
Yorick. That's that's on the Green Road, isn't it?
Small settlement of the Green Road, next to the forest of Yorland.
I think I heard some took up refuge in the Wood District.
Right, thank you very much.
And he kind of goes back over to the bar. Sorry?
Yeah. You hear that, Fergus? We have a lead.
He chugs down the rest of his ale and puts it down. He stands up ready to go.
Off we go.
So Bin's going to the gambling table. Justice, MA, Sanguine, what you all up to?
As Ugg and Fergus are leaving, I'd probably go, mind if I come with? I think I want to do a little bit of shopping.
The more, the merrier.
I'm gonna straight up head out with them. I want to see where this fucking takes us. Life is always interesting with Ugg around.
I
MA?
should probably stay here and keep an eye on Bin.
Alright, so you're gonna keep an eye on Ben.
Both for his sake and for the sake of everyone in this bar, because they're a group of people, and we know what happens when it's groups of people
They're a
in
group
one
of
place.
people in a very tight space.
Okay, so you walk up to this table, and there are two men with hoods, one halfling, and one tiefling, all sitting with their hoods over their heads, playing whatever game this is in the corner. It's got little counters, and they seem to be putting them in little piles, and then every so often one will go ha, and then they'll drag some coin and then throw in another bet, and they seem to be moving very strategically.
Have I seen this game before? Do I know what it is? Or
it's not in Eberron, so no.
I was going to pull up a chair and mind if I watch?
Actually, yeah, I do mind. The one of the men pulls the coins towards him, and he goes, "Yeah, piss off."
I've not seen this game before. I was wondering if I could play.
Do I look like
coins on the table?
Do I look like a fucking teacher? Learn it somewhere else.
What a dick. I was going to sit there.
They all stop playing and just kind of all look at you, give you a bit of side eye, and then
I order 5 more ales.
And then Bin walks. Not Bin. Ime walks over behind you.
Whoa! How'd I get here? Oh, well.
You keep an eye on Bin.
You can keep an eye on someone, not without getting your hands on them. Do you go shopping and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna look at this stuff and then fucking touch everything in the aisle"?
Oh, I say you touching him. I say you're kind of milling around behind him. You're not actually doing up the ass or anything.
Hello there. Brothers, pay him no mind. He's just a bit intrusive, friendly, I guess is the word.
Oh, I think we lost George.
We did indeed.
Sanguine is left again.
Sanguine, please.
Ah, the halfling brother. It's good to see you. No, give me that little nod.
Do I know you?
No, but well, we can get to know each other. No, but I'm just keeping an eye on my friend because he tends to get himself into mishaps.
Yeah, he's a bit annoying.
I think, anyway, it's time he left you in peace.
I think that's a good idea.
Wouldn't you say so?
So with your perception of a billion, you see the glint of some kind of weapon that he puts back in its sheath underneath his cloak.
Damn. I wonder if dagger beats guiding bolt. Just as a
boom.
Anyway, Bin, I think it is time for us to head out. Our friends seem to be a little on edge, if you get my drift.
The drink will fix that. Can I quickly order 5 more ales?
You actually pull over the dwarf Beatrice from before. And she goes, 5 ales? Of course, anything for you. And as she walks past, she kind of catches Emma's eye and winks again. And then she goes to the bar.
Damn. I haven't seen this much action in 6 months.
Very specific.
She quickly comes back and she puts the 5 ales on the table, and the hooded figures all kind of look at each other, then take one and start sipping it.
I was like, apologies for intruding, and like back off a bit, but so I can still see what's going on.
They start the game again, and they see them chucking a bit of coin and stack up the pieces again, and then they move them about, stack up again, and keep moving them, and eventually you get some kind of inkling. It's a bit more of an advanced game of checkers. So they do a bet before every move on if they think they're going to win or not. And essentially, you can fold at any time, and then the winner takes the pot. That's how it works.
I'm going to reapproach and just try and join in.
So it's a very set game. Can have 2 players, so you need to have someone to. So these will be taken like they're going to go in a circle. They're all very quick games, as it seems.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull up a nearby chair and kind of sit at another table, but keeping a very close eye on him.
I'm a big competent professional when it comes to this.
It kind of gets around the table once, and it comes back, and the halfling says, "Go on, let the weird one play. I'll play him." And they kind of dish out the pieces to both of you, and you set up your pieces on your side. Okay. So we're going to bet for the first move.
What have the bets been so far? Looking like
copper and silver. It's not been very lucrative.
I'm just going to bet like 2 coppers or something. I'm going to go.
The halfling matches you, and then he gets out another coin and says, "Heads or tails?" for the start.
Heads.
He flicks it, lands. It's tails. I'll go first. And he starts off with a move that you haven't seen anyone else do before, and he stacks up 3 of his pieces on top of each other and moves them forward.
You know what, I was going to mirror his move.
You can't do that. That's illegal.
Well, shit, this has gone well. I'll stack 2 and move them forwards then.
That's 2 moves. You can only do 1.
Fair enough, your move. And just leave my pieces where they are.
You got to move.
I don't understand this game.
Alright, so can you just roll insight for me, Bin?
Yes. Oh god, no.
Can I roll insight? Because I'm pretty sure he's being hustled, but I'm going to let him be hustled.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm being hustled as well.
It may roll insight. That's a natural one, by the way, for Alex.
Yeah. Knocked it down. Number 5.
Okay. So you've been watching this game like a bit as well, and you're reasonably sure what the halfling did was very illegal in the game because he made 3 moves in 1 turn.
Yep.
That would have made sense.
But he seems
Let's
to.
see how this plays out.
Yeah, but Ben, you kind of just think that you don't understand the game. So what move do you want to make?
I'll just move 1 forwards, I guess.
All right, so you move the mirrored piece, the same piece he moved. You move it forward without stacking anything on top of it. The halfling then takes one of the other pieces and then takes 2 of your pieces off the board and throws in another 5 copper.
How much copper do I have to lose? Enough. I'm going to match his 5. And then is that same piece still there that I moved?
Yep.
I was going to move it forwards again. Straight up charges entire board.
Okay, the halfling then takes the piece you just moved, and then takes another one of your pieces, and throws in 2 silver.
Can I take any of his pieces?
You think you can. the two pieces that he moved in like the two pieces he took your pieces with, they're like in the middle of all your pieces now. So you're pretty sure you can take them.
I'm going to chuck in 2 silver again, a matching, and try and take both, or just take one of the pieces, not take both of them.
So you do this what he did, and you try and take one of the pieces. And he goes, "You can't do that. That's my king."
Sounds like a piece you'd want to protect.
No, you can't kill the king till all the other pieces are dead. Have you been watching?
Again, never seen this game before. Apologies. So I'll take that move back and then take his other piece instead.
No. That's the bishop.
Explain the bishop.
You can't take it from that angle. You've got to come from the sides.
So which of my pieces have you been taking?
I've taken 2 of your knights and 3 of your pawns.
I was like, you know what? I concede this game and it's like push the money that I've lost over to him, but sit there and watch the rest play and try to work out how it's actually played, so I can get rid of the bullshit.
He grabs the coin pile and goes hehehe and pulls the coins, and then they continue on the table, and the game is played pretty much exactly the same it's been played for the rest of the time you've been at the table. And they come back round to you after another half an hour or so of playing. Probably 50 minutes. And then the halfling once again goes, "You want another game?"
Yeah.
They're out the pieces again.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll go tails to go first.
Flicks the coin. Heads. Puts the coin down.
This guy's sleight of hand is annoyingly good.
He throws in a silver.
I'll match his silver.
Alright, then he makes... so he wants to make the same move again. He stacks up the 3 pieces and moves them forward.
No one else has stacked the pieces.
We're talking about the entire game's about stacking pieces.
No one else has stacked pieces in any of the games.
No, they do stack pieces.
Oh, well, they're stacking them. Oh, okay.
But they don't stack 3 on top of each other in a single move and move it forward.
Yeah, I'm going to call them out. No one stacked at the start.
Are you calling me a cheater?
Yes.
Alright, make a dexterity save.
Oh dear God, no. Is it that one?
Oh,
I got 7.
Before you can react, you hear a and a knife goes right through your hand.
Dragon's breath.
I wish we'd say
Yeah. Can I stand up?
You're going to take 9 piercing damage. Yes, I mean you can stand up.
That's all.
So
Fellas.
actually, we're going to go to the other guys now.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
You guys head out into the avenue and head away from the inner city. None of you actually know where the Wood District is, so I assume you'll ask somebody.
I assume the Wood District is the carpentry bit we saw.
It's very well deduced. So you head down and you find that same kind of broad street with all the carpenters and coopers and stuff all working on it.
On the way there, I am looking for a shop that looks like it would sell clothes, but not like a super pricey one.
So there do seem to be some generic general goods stores on the way down. You could look in one of those.
Yeah, he's just going to nip into one of those and see if he can buy a cloak or a wide-brimmed hat or something to cover his horns.
Oh, can I try?
Which is difficult because he has very long ibex-like horns.
Try and deduce the reason before, like, see what's gotten into justice that would make him look for a clothes. I mean, assuming it's not obvious, I'm pretty sure just very candid with his emotions.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, that's the one.
Or should I roll like a?
I got a 19.
It depends. Are you actually trying to hide your emotions, Justice?
Not really.
Okay, so I'd say that. Sure. Make a charisma save.
Yeah, I'm not very good at those. Yeah, 10.
Okay. Yes, you can kind of deduce that Justice is very uncomfortable with the situation. Justice, do you want to explain to Doug why? In a way that he could probably garner from your demeanour.
He doesn't like drawing attention, and he's used to. You gather he would be used to drawing attention being a tiefling, but it's so much worse here.
Oh, mate. Ugg is going to try and pull Justice aside and give him the Tyrion Lannister pep talk. Never forget what you are.
Wear
it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you.
Justice, gain inspiration.
Okay. Nice. He's just gonna kind of look up and kind of like not be like shrinking down as much and be like, yeah, I guess I don't owe them anything.
Let's go.
Do you still want to go try and buy a hat or something?
No.
Cool. Okay. You head down to the massive avenue of carpenters and coopers, and there's still a flurry of work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shout Tolinda at the top of my voice, like Tolinda.
For a brief second, everything stops, and they all just kind of go. And then they always kind of look back at the work and start working again.
I'd like to go up to someone and strike up a conversation.
So you go up to the nearest guy. He's a human, bald on the head, and he's got like a double-handed, like the other saw that you have, like that goes across like that. He's got like that. Yeah. He's doing it by himself with a bit of wood, just kind of propped on a bench there with in between his legs, and just going and sawing through it. And you kind of walk up, and he kind of like gives you a glance as you walk up, but it doesn't stop working.
Greetings, friend. We are looking for someone. We've heard they might be around. Have you seen any new people around? Can you give us any help?
I'm just a carpenter, mate. Go be more specific.
I actually, outside of the game, I do not know anything about fucking Dylan. So, I can't describe her. I might put this off to someone else, actually.
We're looking for refugees that came from Yorick. Apparently, they've taken residence in the Wood District.
The guy...
You work out here a lot. I imagine you must see quite a few people pass through here.
As Ugg talks, the guy kind of turns and he kind of double takes as he kind of looks back and looks up at Ugg. And he goes, yeah, we've had a couple of people from Yorick. They took refuge near the wall. Just head south from here. You'll find them.
All right, Fergus, off we go.
All right, you head.
Thank you, good sir.
So as you head towards the outer wall, you get to.
I'll give him a couple of silver. Thanks for the help.
For his trouble.
He kind of takes his hand off the saw and catches it. And he's like, "No problem." Kind of pockets it and then just gets back to work. As you head down towards the south, the houses closest to the wall, they almost pushed up against it, and they're all in various states of disarray. So it seems to get poorer as you go further towards the wall, and you see what looks like a refugee camp, kind of built into the ruins of three buildings.
I'm going to shout again. Torlinda!
The various heads kind of pop up and turn around, and you see among them Talinda's face. And she kind of looks, and she sees Fergus. She's like, "Bloody hell, Fergus!" And she runs forward and she embraces him, and Fergus is like, "Ah!" "I never thought I'd see you again, friend." And she just kind of taps him on the shoulder. "When you said you didn't want to leave Yorick, I thought the worst. Thank you so much for bringing him back to me." Kind of looks at you guys.
My pleasure.
Of course.
Fergus is a good friend.
The best. She kind of looks at him and smiles.
What's her relation to Fergus?
They work in the same shop. They're like best mates.
Awesome.
Of course, we might be leaving again soon. I hope you come with us, Fergus. I don't know if you've heard, but there's been a whole string of murders here.
Have you heard anything about those? We're actually looking into it at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Well, you're looking into it.
15 murders, by the sounds of it.
15?
Told of 4.
Oh,
Seems like they only record it when important people die.
that's exactly what happens. A lot of them have been in the outer city. No one cares about them here. Second-rate life is what it is out here.
You should tag along with us, at least until we wrap up here.
She kind of looks back towards the villagers. Among them are various non-humans. And she kind of looks at you. "I'm sorry, but I've got to protect my people."
I understand.
Well, we'll do our best to keep you safe from this crazed killer. But
Thank
can
you.
you tell us anything about these other 11 murders that we didn't know about?
Well, I don't know much because I only arrived here a few days ago. But the latest murder only happened yesterday. A halfling. Halfling from the Wheat District.
What did they leave behind? Who were they? Tell me.
All they could find were his teeth. But they know it's him.
No, write that down. Write that down. Well,
Do you know anyone who might be able to maybe point us towards more information? Anyone who's been here for longer?
I saw the crime scene myself. I was up getting some supplies up there.
Oh shit.
You can just walk in if you like. No one's going to stop you.
Hell yeah, let's go, guys. Blood. Maybe I shouldn't go. I might start dancing in the blood.
Blood? There's no blood.
Or is there no blood? Ooh, let's go visit a murder then.
The other murders, where were the sorcerer and which districts were the sorcerer and the mason from? I assume the mason was from the mason district.
We're from the same district earlier.
The dwarf mason Porrick was from the artist's quarter, and the sorcerer was from the wizard's quarter as well. So the 2 murders from the wizard's quarter.
So they're not just going for different districts.
Could be anything. I suspect that magic is involved.
They've never been the same race yet.
Could be like a collector sort of thing.
Well,
Let's go more.
I'm going to leave it there tonight. Very cliffhangery with Bin, I'm sorry. But you have to wait a whole week to find out what happens next. You're muted, by the way.
That is a crying shame.
I've got a really good plan for this as well, and it does involve marginal murder. I'll warn you now.
I'll cry if we have to let him go this early.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
we've gone a whole episode without been murdering someone.
It's been
It's a
Is
personal
that why we're
record.
stopping
It's been a relatively roleplay heavy session. A lot of story set up. So.
Oh, that's good. You know, I mean, the major quest of this RPG has been fulfilled already, where we've reached Fergus and Belinda.
Does that mean we're going to lose Fergus now?
What does
I don't have to get.
do, by the way?
What does what do? Sorry.
What does inspired do?
Okay. So I'll just finish the stream. So next week, follow, do all that good stuff. See you later, boys.
Bye bye.